welcome to the shed. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to use a set of winding sticks. Hope you enjoy. So what are winding sticks? Well, winding sticks are a set of parallel sticks like this, usually with a contrasting strip on the back side to make it easier to determine the twist, and they're going to sit on the board and exacerbate any twist in the board, just like you can see I'm doing right here. Now, they're not a foolproof method, and you do need to have a few things in place on the piece of timber before you do that. Generally, with the piece I'm going to be using here, you can actually already see this. It's been generally prepared for the most part. It's had some planing done to it, but not a final smoothing, but it's not completely rough. So you will have already had the likes of a scrub plane or a foreplane or something like that on there, and got it relatively flat, ready for use. But then you want to check if there's any twist in the surface before you go ahead and run a square off it to square your edges. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's jump down here. I'm going to set the winding sticks up so you can see how exactly they work to show the twist, and then we're going to remove the twist. So you want to lay your board down somewhere relatively flat so you can put your winding sticks on top. Sometimes I run it long ways. A short board like this is easy just to run this way. Now I'm going to grab my winding stick that's got my little accent piece, which means it's going to be easier to see over the top of my other one. And I'm going to find roughly the center and sit it roughly in the center, about, say, an inch in or inch and a half in from the edge. And then I'm going to find my other one. I'm going to bring it about the same distance in the middle down this end. Now, what this is going to do is determine end-to-end twist in your board. And it's not going to eliminate any twist that might be in the middle of this board necessarily. It's only from the end to the end. And we'll cover how we do the rest of that in a moment. To use this, you then want to crouch down and close one eye. I like to use my left eye for this. And so what I'm doing here is I'm coming down until I find one spot of this back winding stick in alignment until I just see it disappear behind this front winding stick that's right here. Now for me, it's over on my left, your right, and this is level, but I see this side over here raised a few millimeters above the top, so I know that that is the high point. So let me bring the camera around here now, and I'm going to try and get you to see exactly what I'm seeing right now so you know what I'm talking about. If you look carefully here, this side of the board just here is just disappearing behind this side here, but we can see over here that this side just here is above the height of this side right here. Now I apologize that you can't see it right out over here. It's just the way the aspect of the camera shows it, so it's actually showing it in a little bit. It's just the effect of the lens. But no, to my eye, this piece here is actually right out over on the edge of this one here. What we need to do is obviously lower this high point over here, so we're going to have to hand plane in this part of the board here to bring that side down. So now that you're back on the other side, we will go ahead and remove these winding sticks, and the first point of call is just to mark this area here. So I know I'm going to hand plane this area about 2 or 3 inches in here to see if we can take that twist out. Now, since with the exacerbation of those sticks, that twist was only a few millimeters from what I could tell, we're only going to really want to take a couple of small shavings to actually bring that twist down and out of the board. So we're obviously going to come in here like this. So now that we've planed this side here, we want to go ahead, put our winding sticks back roughly where they were before, and then we want to check again. Now, what I've got here is I've only removed half of that material that I need to remove. Still a millimeter there. I can show you again, but there's no real point. Just know you've got to keep checking it like I showed you the first time until it shows completely level. So once again, we put these winding sticks back where they were, and still just a teeny tiny amount showing there, which means back to the vise, another shaving or two. It's a bit of a back and forwards process to take that twist out, and you've just got to keep checking and checking and checking and checking. And you'll notice that that high point that I showed you initially there, it's slowly going to come down. The side that's already hidden should almost be the pivot, and the other side's just slowly going to come down until it comes in alignment with your front winding stick. So since I took more shavings than I initially thought I was going to take here, I'm actually just going to bring my plane across into the middle slightly and just widen the amount just so it's feathering any ridge that might have formed from those few shavings across to the other side, so it's not rocking on anything here. So once again want to check for it, and this time I'm having that back winding stick there disappear across the edge of this front winding stick at the same time, which means that twist has been successfully removed edge to edge. Let me bring you around here so you can have a look as well. So I'm going to try and slowly move you down so you can see how this disappears. We can see just a little bit of it, and it disappears at the exact same time there. So let me just show you it with us focused on the front piece. So you can see just up here, there's the piece right along there. And as you can see here, it disappears at the exact same rate. So now we've removed the twist from this end to that end, we know that they're sitting level. So you could reference at this edge to this edge here, right across here, and actually hand plane through and keep it at that same level that you've already achieved at both ends. And that will keep the twist out of this central part of the board. Another way, or a way that you can double check this, is to obviously keep your winding stick at that far edge and keep your alignment and slowly move this one in. And if your reveal changes as you're moving it, and you can see more twist, then you'll know that there's some twist in the middle part of the board through here, and you could work out where that twist is. Now in this case, I don't see any. It just looks like the entire lot stays in alignment, which means we've successfully removed the wind out of this board, and that is essentially the basic way that you use winding sticks. Now obviously this was not a bad case of timber. There wasn't too bad a twist in this, and it was fairly easy to remove with, I don't know, 15 odd shavings and then just a little feathering across so you don't end up with a ridge there. And now that this was prepared, you would obviously face plane the whole lot, get it all nice and smooth, come in with your square, reference off that, and then you could do both edges off that, and then obviously you get the thickness using a marking gauge and plane the other side, and that's how you get a 4 squared piece, and use winding sticks to help remove the twist out of your board. So there you have it, folks. I hope this video gave you a good understanding of why you might want a pair of winding sticks and how it makes it a little bit easier to see the twist in your board instead of relying just on your hand plane sole and maybe a square to do the same job. So if you like this video and you'd like to support me, please consider liking and subscribing down below. Really does help the channel out more than you know. And please don't forget, comment down below. What did you like about the video? Is there more clarification that you need in this video on how to use these? Or just any other information related to these winding sticks, please let me know. And if you'd like to support me a little bit further, please consider giving me a super thanks, checking me out on Patreon and also on Instagram. And if you'd like to see the poor man's version of these winding sticks, I will leave that link up here once that video goes live next week, and also the intermediate woodworking playlist that this video is part of. Bye for now.